first in regard to philosophy. Now, to carry this a step further, if philosophy is the easiest yet the hardest subject, the same goes in spades for objectivism. I could make a case that it's the easiest of all philosophies to assimilate and the hardest. Why the easiest? Because it's true. It's actually based on reality. That makes it much easier to grasp than fantasies about a supernatural dimension and the beauty of self-immolation for the collective unconscious. On the other hand, precisely because it does throw out fantasies, it's of no use at all if it's held in a cut-off from reality fashion. A false philosophy, to an extent, must be divorced from reality. And to that extent, it is not so difficult to hold. You don't have to work to see its relation to reality. It has no relation to reality. It's like a fairy tale, and you can usually follow it without much work or difficulty, however weird it gets. There's no problem struggling to tie it into reality, because the whole system says, in effect, this is above reality. This is another dimension you shouldn't think, have faith, believe, etc. But in objectivism, by contrast, the whole thing about it, in every principle and detail, the whole thing is the tie to reality, to the concretes around us. Precisely because it's true, there's a tremendous amount of work involved in holding it, in keeping it connected to reality. And this is a giant task that is not imposed by a false philosophy. If you forget reality while reading Kant, that's not a problem. It can be very helpful. But if you forget reality in regard to objectivism, it becomes ludicrous and the whole thing is pointless. However, this is not easy to do. That is, to keep reality. It is not obvious how to keep a philosophy tied to reality. It is not obvious at all. I would say, in fact, it's a very difficult and very rare feat. Good intentions and sincerity are not enough for this. You need a definite method of dealing with ideas, a method which is not self-evident.